I just cannot. I physically, mentally, and like emotionally cannot with this cast anymore.
Oh, I am right there with you. It is actually exhausting.
Like my jaw is currently on the floor. It is detached from my body, rolling somewhere under this recording desk right now.
I mean, are we watching a dating show or are we watching a psychological study in mass delusion? Because I genuinely don't know anymore.
I am spiraling. I am absolutely spiraling because nobody in this villa is standing on business, like at all.
Standing on business. The business has been foreclosed, the bank has seized the business, and the CEO has literally fled the country.
Exactly.
I have never, in all my years of watching reality television, seen a group of people so completely allergic to accountability.
No, it's wild. It is actually wild.
These are masterclass in gaslighting.
Yeah.
Just sheer, unadulterated nonsense. I'm vibrating with rage, honestly. I have known peace since the opening credits rolled.
Same. But babes, welcome back. We
Yeah.
love you. We see you. And honestly, we are so thankful to be back with the Snark Squad today. We missed you guys.
We really did. Grab your floaties, everyone, because we are swimming in a literal sea of toxic villa choices today.
We are. So treat this as your ultimate catch-up session because we have so much tea to spill. It's practically flooding the studio right now.
The water is murky, the vibes are putrid, and the lifeguards have fully quit their jobs.
Literally quit. If you aren't sitting down yet, you need to find a chair because this recap is going to require immense emotional fortitude on your part.
Tell me you have your beverage ready. You have to have a beverage for this.
Oh, absolutely. To the Snark Squad listening right now, I need you to picture this. We're sitting here with the largest iced vanilla lattes legally permitted to be sold.
I am practically vibrating from the caffeine.
I am gripping this plastic cup like it is a life raft, you guys, because after international travel, crossing all those time zones and dealing with aggressive airport lighting, caffeine is no longer a beverage for me.
No, it's a lifeline.
It is basically medicine. It is the only thing keeping my soul tethered to my physical body at this exact moment.
I'm on my second one, and I can confirm it is the only thing keeping my eyes open. And keeping my sarcasm sharp, obviously.
You definitely need the sarcasm for this cast.
If you were to draw my blood right now, it would just be straight cold brew and like simmering resentment toward 20-somethings in swimwear.
We desperately need it. But before we get into the absolute chaos of last night's villa madness, we have to do some housekeeping. We have to do our favorite segment.
Oh yes, shady, snarky, or stupid.
Exactly. We asked you, our brilliant Snark Squad, to submit your own messy real-life situations that mirror the villa dynamics right now. And wow, you guys really delivered this week.
You guys are out here living lives that are just as unhinged as these islanders. I really don't know whether to be proud of your vulnerability or deeply concerned for your safety.
I think a little bit of both. Let's get into the first submission.
Read it. I'm ready.
Okay, submission number 1. I want everyone listening to picture their own dating history as I read this. A listener writes, my partner insists they are just a nice guy who is confused about their feelings.
Oh, major red flag immediately.
Right. But they are blatantly stringing along both me and another person. They keep saying they just need time to figure out where their head is at. Sound familiar? Is this shady, snarky, or stupid?
Oh, this is so easy. It is stupid. And I don't mean the listener's stupid, obviously. I mean the partner's excuse is completely stupid.
It's a terrible excuse.
It is classic weaponized incompetence. We see this all the time. Men love to play the I'm just a confused, bumbling idiot card to get out of actually making a choice.
They really do. But see, my heart breaks for this listener because I have literally been there. Like, I am fully putting my hand up right now.
Don't you dare defend him. I know you're going to try.
I just really want to argue that maybe, just maybe, he genuinely is a people pleaser. Like, I have this theory that sometimes you genuinely care about two people.
Oh, stop it.
No, listen, and the environment you're in or just the overwhelming pressure of life, it makes you panic. You are so terrified of hurting anyone that you freeze up.
And ironically end up hurting absolutely everyone involved.
Right. But is it possible he's just completely paralyzed by the pressure of making the right choice?
Stop defending the villain. You always do this, and it is exactly why your heart gets broken.
I know. I can't help it.
This is exactly what Finley is doing in the villa right now, and it is entirely manipulative. If you don't know where your head is at after stringing two people along for days or weeks, you don't lack clarity.
You lack a spine.
You lack a spine. You lack empathy. Let me explain the mechanics of this. By claiming he is confused, he forces the two women to compete for him.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that makes sense.
He effectively makes himself the prize while completely absolving himself of any guilt. He thinks if he acts helpless enough, you feel sorry for him instead of holding him responsible.
Ugh, you're so right. The verdict is stupid, borderline shady, dump him, babe, block his number immediately.
Block him across all platforms. Don't even look at his LinkedIn.
Seriously, I always try to see the romantic conflict, but you're right. It's just a red flag painted pink. I need to stop romanticizing indecision.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Okay, moving on to submission number 2, which I feel like is going to hit so close to home for a lot of friendship groups out there.
Hit me with it.
My best friend constantly inserts herself into my relationship drama. Whenever my boyfriend and I have a minor disagreement, she pulls him aside for a chat under the guise of looking out for a friend. Shady, snarky, or stupid.
Oh, this is shady. Highly, highly shady.
You think?
Absolutely.
Me too.
This is undercover sabotage, masked as benevolence. It's essentially emotional espionage.
I don't know. I feel like if you have a really tight best friend, sometimes they just genuinely want to protect you, you know?
No, I don't know.
Like if she sees you getting hurt or sees a guy talking down to you, maybe she feels like she has to step in as the HR department of your relationship. I've definitely had moments where I wanted to pull a friend's boyfriend aside.
Did you do it?
Well, no, but I wanted to be like, hey, you need to step up.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
If she wants to protect you, she talks to you. She
Bro.
empowers you to have the conversation with him.
That's a good point, actually.
She doesn't pull your boyfriend aside to play mediator. Let's break down the psychology here because it's wild. When a friend constantly centers themselves in your romantic conflict, they're either addicted to drama or they secretly enjoy having leverage over your relationship.
Oh my God, that is so toxic.
It gives them a sense of power. It makes them the indispensable middleman. We see this exact dynamic playing out on our screens right now with the girls in the villa, and it never, ever ends well.
It really doesn't.
Boundaries, people. You do not need a third wheel in your romantic disputes.
Okay, fair point. It is giving massive main character syndrome. It's like she wants to be the star of a relationship she isn't even in.
Exactly. What is the last one?
Let's hit the final one. Submission number 3. I demanded absolute groveling from my ex who cheated on me.
Okay, starting strong.
I told all our mutual friends I was standing on business and making him work for it. Then he bought me flowers, and I took him back 5 minutes later. Shady, snarky, or stupid?
Stupid. Hilariously, embarrassingly stupid.
Oh my God, I am cringing so hard right now because I have literally done this.
I know you have. I have the receipts in our text history.
I know you listening right now have probably done this too. You get your whole girl group hyped up in the group chat. You practice the speech in the mirror.
You tell everyone he is dead to you.
Exactly. You say, I am going to destroy him. He is going to have to crawl back to me over broken glass. And then he shows up, looks at you with those sad, pathetic puppy dog eyes, says, I missed you, and suddenly you have full-blown amnesia.
It is the ultimate betrayal of the group chat.
The anger just totally evaporates.
You cannot march your friends into war, have them put on their heavy armor, sharpen their swords, and then instantly surrender to the enemy for a cheap bouquet of grocery store carnations.
I mean, they were peonies, but still.
Do you realize the psychological toll that takes on your friends? It completely invalidates all the emotional labor they just put in to support you.
It really does. It's so unfair to the friends.
If you are going to fold like a cheap lawn chair, do it in private. Do not make grand declarations of independence if you're going to instantly revoke them the second he remembers your coffee order.
We have all ignored massive red flags because the lighting was right and the apology sounded sweet, but yeah, you're right. The verdict is stupid.
Very stupid.
It's just so hard to stand your ground when your heart is involved, but you have to protect your peace and your friend's sanity, honestly.
Your heart is an idiot. That's why you have a brain. Use it.
Ugh. You are so harsh today, but you are right. Speaking of things that are hard to deal with, can we just pause and talk about the massive welcome home spiral we are currently enduring?
Oh, do not even get me started.
Babes, we just got back from international travel, and walking out of the airport back home was like walking into a damp, dirty sponge.
It was a physical assault on the senses, the air quality warnings, the muggy mornings.
This awful.
The sky was the color of a bruised peach. I walked outside this morning and instantly regretted every single life choice that led me to return to this continent.
Literally, I need to vent for a second. I spent an hour doing my hair this morning.
Oh, I saw the before pictures.
I was manifesting a sleek, put together, I just got back from Europe, and I am thriving vibe for my re-entry into normal society.
And how'd they go for you?
I step out the front door before 8 a.m., and the humidity hit me so hard, my hair immediately expanded to 3 times its size.
That was a jump scare.
I looked like an electrocuted poodle. My sleek bob became a literal triangle. I am actively mourning the clear, crisp vacation skies we left behind.
It is tragic. But jokes aside, we really are sending genuine love to everyone affected by the wildfire smoke right now.
Oh, absolutely.
It is incredibly rough out there. Please stay inside, run your air purifiers, and take care of yourselves and your pets.
Yes, sending so much love and hoping it clears up soon. But because I was trapped inside due to the air quality, I decided to announce to the Snark Squad that I officially got back to a healthy routine.
Oh, here we go.
I did morning yoga today.
The wellness delusion begins. The vacation amnesia is really setting in.
It is not a delusion. Okay, well, maybe a little bit of a delusion.
Yeah.
I rolled at the mat, I put on a soothing acoustic playlist, I lit a nice candle, and I thought, I am going to stretch out this airplane stiffness. I'm going to center my chakras.
And did you center them?
Babes, I went into downward dog, and my spine sounded like someone stepping on a family-sized bag of potato chips.
I could literally hear that sound in my head right now. Did it actually relax you, or did it just serve as a brutal, agonizing reminder of exactly how inflexible you are?
100% the latter. I was sitting in child's pose, just contemplating my mortality, wondering if I would ever be able to stand up straight again.
Probably not.
But I am manifesting. I am putting it out into the universe. I am becoming a calm, flexible wellness queen.
I give this manifestation until exactly lunchtime.
You know me entirely too well. But listen, on vacation, we actually ate surprisingly well.
We did, surprisingly.
Fresh seafood, gorgeous salads, staying hydrated with copious amounts of water. So, babes, I am officially declaring it right here on this recording. We are entering our flat ab era.
We are absolutely not. Let's be very real with the listeners right now.
Why do you ruin all my fun?
Because I live in reality. We ate 3 salads on a balcony overlooking the ocean and immediately convinced ourselves we are fitness influencers ready to sell a workout guide.
I would buy our workout guide.
It is purely geographical wellness.
Yeah.
The only reason we felt healthy is because the scenery was pretty.
But I felt so healthy. I bought an $11 green juice at the airport. Surely one yoga class where I mostly just laid on the floor sweating, combined with a few days of vacation salads, automatically qualifies us as wellness baddies, right?
The delusion is truly staggering today. This entire flat ab era narrative is going to shatter into a million pieces the exact second someone in this studio suggests we order dessert.
I mean...
You are one mention of a chocolate lava cake away from a complete lifestyle regression.
Okay, true. If someone brings a warm chocolate chip cookie into this room right now, the flat ab era is officially paused until 2027. I am a victim of my own cravings.
At least you admit it. But speaking of cravings, we need to transition to our newest, deepest obsession, which is honestly the only reason we are functioning well enough to record this catch-up session right now.
Coffee. Beautiful, life-giving coffee.
I feel like we've become accidental coffee connoisseurs on this trip.
Totally. We've been analyzing the roast, the bean origin, the milk to espresso ratio. We're looking at crema like it's fine art at a museum.
We are insufferable. We have become those people.
We really have.
But what is your ultimate desert island coffee order? Like the one you would drink for the rest of your life?
Ooh, okay. An iced vanilla oat milk latte, but I need them to do half the vanilla syrup so it's not aggressively sweet.
Very specific.
Oh, and it absolutely has to have the perfect pebble-style ice. If it's those giant clunky ice cubes that melt instantly and water the whole thing down, I am mentally sending it back.
You're a nightmare for baristas.
I know. What about you?
I keep it incredibly simple. A strong, dark roast cold brew. No milk, no sugar.
Serial killer vibe.
Just pure, unadulterated, bitter caffeine to match my soul. But I have to ask you a serious question. Is this fancy coffee actually worth the ridiculous price tag? We're paying like $7 or $8 a cup now. It's highway robbery.
It is an investment in my mental health. And honestly, I was thinking about this today while I was waiting in line. To you and to the Snark Squad listening, if you had to choose the ultimate ultimatum, would you rather give up your fancy, overpriced coffee or give up dating apps forever?
Oh, I would delete every single dating app off my phone right this very second and never look back.
Really? That fast?
Not even a moment of hesitation. I would throw my phone directly into the sea if it meant I could keep my cold brew.
Same. Coffee has been far more dependable than men lately. My barista has never ghosted me after a great first date.
Never.
My latte never tells me it doesn't know where its head is at. and my espresso always texts me back. Well, it gives me energy, which is frankly much better than a text saying, "You up?"
Coffee delivers exactly what it promises. It is a stable, consistent, chemically proven relationship.
It is the only healthy relationship I have.
And I think that brings us perfectly to the actual matter at hand.
Yeah.
Because Finley and Alicia aren't the only ones trying to rewrite the narrative this morning. We're sitting here doing the exact same thing with our wellness delusion.
Exactly. But babes, enough about our own recovery era, our yoga struggles, and our caffeine addictions. Let's head into the villa, because these islanders have absolutely refused to recover from anything.
They are actively choosing chaos on an hourly basis, and it is time we break it all down.
I need you guys to grab your drinks, because we are diving straight into this messy morning after. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and the villa is waking up.
And it is already a disaster.
And where is Finley? Finley has spent the entire night sleeping outside on the day beds.
So brave of him.
He wakes up, stretches his arms like he just finished a triathlon, and proclaims to anyone who will listen that he knows where his head is at after this bold romantic stance of sleeping under the stars.
Okay, let's get one thing incredibly straight right now. Finley sleeping outside is not a romantic sacrifice.
You don't think?
No. He is not Romeo suffering in the cold for Juliet. It is a highly calculated PR move. He knows he is public enemy #1 in that villa right now.
Oh yeah, everyone hates him.
He knows everyone, the boys, the girls, the producers, the bugs in the grass, thinks he's an absolute snake. So what does he do? He physically removes himself from the communal bedroom to visually signal, look at me, look at my penance, I am a martyr for love.
That is so cynical.
It is weaponized penance. It's performative nonsense meant purely for the cameras.
See, I look at that and part of me thinks maybe the villa environment just makes these guys completely panic, you know?
No, I don't know.
You're locked in a house, there's nowhere to hide, you've got producers in your ear asking you leading questions, you've got incredibly beautiful people everywhere.
Stop making excuses for him.
Maybe he genuinely just needed the fresh air to clear his head, get away from the whispering, and realize, wow, I messed up, I need Ellie. Like sensory overload is real.
Sensory overload? Are you kidding me? He didn't need fresh air to realize he messed up. He needed the collective judgment of 15 other people staring at him with pure disgust to realize his game was up.
I mean, they were staring at him pretty hard.
The isolation of the villa creates an echo chamber. He felt the social temperature of the house drop to freezing, and he realized if he didn't pivot immediately, he'd be voted out.
And then Lorenzo, oh my God, we have to talk about Lorenzo.
The MVP of the morning.
The timing of this man is impeccable. Finley is standing there trying to have this very serious, profound moment about knowing where his head is, and Lorenzo literally turns to the group and says, hands up if you believe Finley.
A cinematic masterpiece.
And nobody, I repeat, absolutely nobody, raises their hand.
It was incredible television. Lorenzo has the emotional intelligence of a sunburn, but in that specific moment, he was the voice of the people.
He really was.
People always say, read the room, Lorenzo. No, Lorenzo read the room perfectly. He read the room out loud, he looked at Finley's desperate PR campaign, and immediately vetoed it on behalf of the entire cast.
It was so awkward. You could physically feel the cringe through the television screen. You could hear a pin drop in that garden.
I loved every second of it.
But the morning just gets worse. We transition into the kitchen, and Alicia, the bombshell Finley has been actively flirting with and kissing for days, is standing there aggressively complaining that Finley didn't make her a morning coffee.
The sheer, unadulterated entitlement of this woman.
Wait, hear me out on this. Let's look at the psychology of a bombshell.
Here we go.
A bombshell comes into the villa, and their entire job description is to turn heads, right? She did her job perfectly. Finley was kissing her, telling her he's exploring, making her feel special. Then suddenly, overnight, he sleeps outside and completely ignores her. A bombshell needs to feel chosen. She's feeling vulnerable, her ego is bruised, and she wants her coffee as a tangible sign that she's still in the game. It's an anchor in a very confusing situation.
I'm sorry. I have zero sympathy for it. Let's look at the facts. She literally just had a conversation with him the night before where things were clearly disintegrating.
Yeah, that conversation was rough.
You do not get to demand caffeine from a man who is actively trying to salvage a shattered relationship with his original partner. It's wildly out of touch.
I guess.
And then sweet, angelic Ethan, who is, frankly, too pure for this sociopathic experiment of a show, walks up with a warm mug and offers to make Alicia the coffee instead.
Ethan is so sweet.
And what does she do? She snaps at him. She looks at him like he just insulted her ancestors and says, It's not up to you.
That was so harsh. Ethan is just standing there with a mug, trying to be a nice guy, and he gets completely caught in the crossfire of Alicia's bruised ego. Poor Ethan.
Let me explain exactly why she snapped at Ethan. It's because Alicia doesn't actually want coffee.
She doesn't.
If she wanted coffee, she would have taken Ethan's offer. What she wants is submission.
Oh, wow.
She wants Finley to serve her so she can parade that mug in front of Ellie and visually prove that she won the tug of war. Ethan offering the coffee completely ruins the power dynamic she is desperately trying to establish. It strips her of her leverage.
Ooh, that is such a good read. She wanted the status symbol of the coffee, not the caffeine itself. That makes so much sense. It's like a tiny ceramic trophy.
Exactly. But if we want to talk about true cinema, absolute peak reality television, we have to talk about the daybed confrontation.
Oh my god, yes. I need you guys listening to really visualize this because the spatial comedy of this scene deserves an Emmy for blocking.
It really does.
Let me paint the picture for you. You have Aidan, Samraj, and Tommy lounging on the main daybeds, acting like the Supreme Court justices of Love Island.
Bang the gavel.
They are absolutely trashing Finley, tearing him apart limb from limb, calling his behavior muggy, saying he's disrespecting Ellie, disrespecting the boys, making a complete fool of himself.
And right in front of them, not hidden behind a plant, not eavesdropping around the corner, but literally sitting on the beanbags mere feet away, is Finley.
He can hear every single syllable, and they know he's there.
They don't care.
They are speaking at full volume. It's not a secret clandestine meeting. It is a public flogging in broad daylight.
It gave me so much joy, but we also have to call out the staggering hypocrisy here. Aidan and Samraj are tearing into Finley for mugging off Ellie.
The hypocrisy is off the chart.
Eat Aidan, the man who bounces from girl to girl like a pinball on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Samraj, who has his own messy, questionable history in that
I
villa.
know, I was screaming at the TV. I said this while we were watching. It is literally like a pyromaniac giving fire safety tips.
A perfect analogy.
Why are Aidan and Samraj on a moral high horse? Their Love Island rap sheets are longer than a CVS receipt. They have no ground to stand on.
It's the mob mentality of the villa. Let's talk about how this environment forces people to perform. Aidan and Samraj don't actually care about Ellie's feelings.
They don't.
No. They care that Finley's sloppy game playing is dragging the overall vibe of the house down. Furthermore, by publicly denouncing Finley, they're trying to signal to the cameras and the public, look, we're the good guys. We respect women.
Oh, that makes me so mad.
It's performative outrage to secure their own popularity.
That is so true. They are using Finley as a scapegoat to launder their own reputations, but then Finley stands up, turns around, and confronts them.
And this is where it gets really fascinating.
Because instead of taking accountability, instead of saying, you're right, lads, I've handled this terribly, I'm sorry, he leans fully into this bizarre, almost theatrical victim complex.
He literally says, I know I'm the villain, let me be a villain in peace.
Which makes absolutely no sense. You can't actively ruin people's experiences in a shared house, cause massive emotional distress, and then demand peace.
You really can't.
Samraj hits the nail on the absolute head when he calls him the boy who cried wolf. You can't keep saying, I know where my head is at, while simultaneously pursuing two women and expect everyone to just sit quietly and watch you lie.
And we have to talk about the deep lore here. For anyone who missed the unseen bits or isn't fully caught up on the timelines, there is context that makes Finley's behavior so much worse than just standard Love Island head-turning.
Yes, the deep lore. Listeners, if you don't know, earlier in the week it was revealed that Finley and Ellie literally built the house in the side bedroom.
They laid the foundation, put up the drywall, the whole thing.
Meaning they were fully intimate, they had sex. The next morning, they were talking in code about construction and finishing the house. The boys know this. The girls know this. The entire villa knows how far they went.
This is exactly why the entire villa is treating this like a massive, unforgivable betrayal, not just a casual flirtation.
It's so much deeper than just a kiss on the terrace.
When you have escalated a relationship to that extreme level of intimacy and vulnerability, and then mere days later, you are telling a new bombshell you are open to exploring and heavily kissing her on the terrace, that is not just a game.
No, it's really messed up.
That is a profound character flaw. It shows a complete disregard for another human being's emotional safety.
It elevates it from messy reality TV drama to actual real-life callousness. You are showing everyone in that villa how little you value someone's vulnerability after they give it to you.
Precisely.
That's why the boys aren't defending him. Even the biggest game players in there are looking at Finley like, dude, there are unwritten rules and lines you just do not cross.
And yet, Finley genuinely believes he is just misunderstood. It's a staggering, almost clinical lack of self-awareness.
It really is. Which brings us to the actual breakup between Finley and Alicia. Finley suddenly grows a spine. I don't know where he found it. Maybe it was hiding under the beanbags. And pulls Alicia for a chat to tell her he's choosing Ellie.
And how does our lovely, entitled bombshell handle this rejection?
She goes off. She completely unleashes. She accuses him of wasting her time. She calls his reasoning absolute bullshit. And she aggressively claims that him returning to Ellie is just him taking the easy and safe option.
This is a classic psychological defense mechanism. It is pure bombshell arrogance.
I need you to unpack that because honestly, I kind of empathized with her bruised ego. Rejection hurts, especially on national television.
Let me explain exactly what she is doing. Why do bombshells always assume that a guy returning to his original partner is just him taking the easy way out?
Because it is easier.
No, it's ego protection.
Yeah.
If Alicia admits that Finley genuinely likes Ellie more than he likes her, it means Alicia wasn't enough. It means she failed her primary objective as a bombshell.
Oh, I see.
But if she frames it as Finley being scared of a real connection or just taking the safe route to avoid drama, it preserves her ego. It rewrites the narrative to mean she was actually the better, more exciting option, but he was just too cowardly to choose her.
That is fascinating.
It shifts the blame entirely onto his alleged cowardice rather than her lack of appeal.
Oh, wow. That makes so much sense. It's so much easier for your brain to say, you're taking the safe route, than to say, you just don't like me as much as her.
Exactly.
But honestly, looking at the bigger picture, Alicia brought this on herself a little bit. She brought two different guys to the hideaway when she first arrived. She played the field aggressively, she stepped on toes, and she still fumbled the bag. You can't be mad at the game when you were trying to play it just as hard.
You reap what you sow. But as much as Alicia's reaction annoyed me, nothing, and I mean nothing, prepared me for the utter, devastating liquidation of Ellie's business.
Oh, Ellie, my sweet, naive, deeply delusional Ellie. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
Let's set this up properly, because I need everyone listening to fully understand the magnitude of this fold.
You guys, I was pacing my living room during this sequence. Ellie is in the dressing room, hyping herself up with the girls. She is pacing back and forth.
Doing her little motivational speech.
She is claiming that Finley has a massive amount of groveling to do. She tells the girls with a totally straight face that she is taking a massive step back, removing herself from the situation and making him work for every single ounce of her attention.
She was writing checks her spine couldn't cash. She was building a fortress out of wet paper.
And then the reality hits. She pulls him for a chat. Does she grill him? Does she demand a public apology? Does she make him sweat for even 5 minutes?
Absolutely not.
No, she completely crumbles. Within 2 minutes of sitting down, she is smiling, giggling, twirling her hair, and taking him back instantly.
She literally laughs during her recoupling speech later that night. Her standing on business was a complete farce.
It was so hard to watch.
She didn't just fold. Her entire business went into corporate liquidation. The doors are permanently closed. The inventory has been sold for pennies on the dollar. The building has been demolished. And the land has been salted.
I try to be optimistic. I really do. I watched that scene and part of me thought, maybe true love just prevails.
Are you joking?
Like maybe when you look into the eyes of this person you deeply care about, all that anger just melts away because the connection is so undeniably strong. You know that feeling when you're so mad at someone, but then you see them and you just can't stay mad?
Are you hearing yourself right now? Please listen to the words coming out of your mouth.
Breath.
That is not true love prevailing.
Yeah.
That is a complete and utter lack of boundaries. It's trauma bonding.
Ouch.
Her nervous system is so jacked up on the stress of Finley's betrayals that when he gives her one crumb of validation, like a simple conversation where he doesn't actively insult her, her brain releases a massive hit of dopamine.
So she's basically addicted to the drama.
Yes. She thinks it's passion. It's actually just relief from the anxiety he caused. It's a closed loop of misery. She is teaching him that he can disrespect her on national television, humiliate her in front of her friends, sleep with a bombshell, and all it takes to win her back is a half-hearted, I know where my head's at.
Oof. When you put it like that, it's so bleak. The doghouse scene was the funniest and saddest part, proving your point entirely.
Oh, the doghouse.
She tells the girl she's putting in the doghouse. She vehemently states she will not cuddle him in bed.
And then we cut to the bedroom that night. Are they sleeping back to back?
Nope.
No. They are facing each other inches apart, whispering sweet nothings, and he kisses her on the forehead. That is not the doghouse. That is a luxury hotel suite with turn-down service.
Compare this to how Simba was put in the doghouse earlier this season. Now, that was a masterclass in accountability.
Simba actually did the work.
Think about it, Snark Squad. When Simba messed up, he was literally fanning his girl down with a piece of cardboard. He was salting her eggs to absolute perfection. He was fetching her specific, out-of-season fruits from the kitchen. He was holding her hair.
He was a full-time butler.
He was doing manual labor for forgiveness. Finley didn't even have to make a cup of tea. Their relationship is a Jenga tower held together by spit and delusion.
Ellie is the architect of her own misery at this point. I have officially washed my hands of that couple. I cannot expend any more energy hoping she finds her self-worth.
We'll have to see if the public feels the same way. Because that brings us to the recoupling. Surprise recoupling, girls picking, and the vibe shift in that villa was instantaneous.
The tension was palpable.
It went from tense to absolutely suffocating.
Let's talk about the stable, albeit slightly boring couples first before we get into the train wrecks.
Yasmin and Tommy. Yasmin stands up, gives this beautiful speech saying she's falling for him, and they officially go exclusive. Babes, I swooned.
Of course you did.
I literally clutched my invisible pearls and swooned. In a villa full of absolute chaos, deceit, and manipulation, they are the only sane people. It is so refreshing to see a healthy, blossoming romance on our screens.
Look, I'm happy for them. I really am. But let's be analytically real for a second. I was yawning.
You're terrible.
They are coasting. They have realized that the easiest path to the $50K prize money is to stay out of the drama, gaze lovingly into each other's eyes, and let everyone else around them self-destruct.
That's so cynical.
It is excellent gameplay, but it does not make for riveting television. They are playing it safe.
You are so cynical. They are in love. Why can't you just let love exist?
They are in love with the finale. Next, Martha and Jordan.
Martha claims in her speech that Jordan puts her in her soft girl era.
You've known him for 5 minutes. What are you talking about? What era?
It feels like a long time in there.
It's been a long weekend. You don't have eras yet. You barely have a shared Spotify playlist. You haven't even seen him angry in traffic yet.
I know it's so quick, but time moves differently in the villa. One day in there is like a month in the real world. It's a hyper-accelerated environment.
Whatever you say.
And then we have Angelista and Simba. This speech. Oh my God, this speech.
Agonizing. Agonizingly long. I aged 3 years watching it.
She is standing up there, professing her deep, undying feelings, talking about wanting a God-fearing man with muscles.
The muscles part really got me.
The speech just kept going and going. I thought they were going to have to roll the credits over her talking.
It was a filibuster. She was up there giving a State of the Union address on Simba's biceps. It was completely unnecessary.
And the cringe factor of them dropping the L-bomb this early. Simba told the boys he loves her, and she said it back.
It's way too soon.
Now, I usually defend the romance, I think, when you know, but even I was sitting on my couch going, okay, guys, pace yourselves. You're sprinting a marathon.
I was physically ill. Love. You don't love him. You love the idea of surviving the next public vote. You love the safety of a secured coupling.
Okay, let's get to the absolute disasters, because this is where the episode truly peaked and why we need this catch-up session today.
Yes, Alicia picking Aidan.
Aidan is standing up there at the fire pit. He is the first pick of the night.
Poor guy.
And when Alicia says his name, he looks like he has just been drafted into a war he doesn't actively support. He looked utterly miserable.
He clearly doesn't want her. He was banking on Priya picking him or literally anyone else.
Right.
But Alicia, out of pure survival instinct because Finley dumped her, grabs the nearest available life raft, which happens to be Aidan.
And it leads to one of the most embarrassing, painful bedroom scenes in Love Island history.
The pillow wall. The infamous pillow wall.
Let's dissect this. Alicia tries to kiss Aidan in bed later that night. She is sticking it on him, heavily hinting, leaning in, giving him all the green lights.
She was trying so hard.
And Aidan, a man who historically has never turned down a girl in his entire life, a man who would flirt with the lamppost if it looked at him twice, actually refuses the kiss.
He shut it then.
He physically recoils, and he builds a structural barrier out of bedding between them.
I was screaming at my screen. I know you guys were too. To be rejected by Aidan is a new, unprecedented low.
It really is.
It proves that this coupling is purely transactional for him. He is just trying to survive until the next bombshell walks in. He used those pillows like sandbags in a flood.
It was magnificent TV. But the absolute crown jewel of terrible recoupling speeches goes to Priya.
Oh, Priya, what are we going to do with you?
Let's lay out exactly what she did. Priya stands up to pick Ethan.
Which she should have just done normally.
Ethan, the sweet, patient guy who has been making her coffee, bringing her sunscreen, treating her like an absolute princess.
He's an angel.
And what does Priya do? She completely self-sabotages her entire public image. She uses her speech to pick Ethan, but simultaneously declares in front of everyone, including Ethan, that her heart is still with Aidan.
You could literally pinpoint the exact second Ethan's soul leaves his body.
Yeah.
His face just drops.
It is so disrespectful. Think about your own group chat right now. If your friend stood up at a party, chose a guy, and in the same breath told everyone she wished she was choosing someone else, what would you text her?
I would tell her to go home.
You would tell her to go home.
It is the Priya, Aidan, and Ethan triangle of confusion, and it is infuriating to watch. We need to analyze Priya's absolute delusion here. Why does she want Aidan?
Because he's a bad boy. I have a theory on this.
Let's hear it.
I think sometimes when you are presented with a guy who is genuinely nice and healthy, like Ethan, you get the ick.
That's awful.
It's terrible, it's toxic, but it happens. Ethan brings her sunscreen so she won't burn on the terrace. He gives her drink options so she won't be parched. He literally makes her breakfast after she disrespected him in bed by talking about Aidan.
He's a saint.
Some girls aren't used to being treated well, so they crave the toxic thrill of a guy who ignores them, like Aidan. They confuse anxiety for butterflies.
I disagree entirely with your romanticized view of this.
Really?
Yes. This isn't about craving a toxic thrill or daddy issues. This is about bad, calculated strategy. Priya is playing a terrible game.
You think it's a game?
She thinks that because Aidan is an OG Islander, coupling up with him will secure her a spot in the final. She literally slipped up later in the episode and asked Aidan who he wanted to go to the final with.
Yes, she dropped the F word. Final. I caught that too.
She exposed her own strategy. She doesn't have a burning, undeniable passion for Aidan. She has a burning passion for the $50K prize money and thinks he's her golden ticket there.
Wow, that's bold.
But she's miscalculated horribly because the public can see right through it. She is tanking her own game.
And this blatant game playing leads to the most chaotic argument of the episode, the Julia HR overstepping incident.
Julia decides, for reasons entirely unknown to science or logic, to insert herself into this mess.
Julia confronts Aidan and actively pitches Alicia to him. She's acting like Alicia's talent agent.
It's so weird.
She's trying to steer Aidan away from Priya, saying, you know, Priya has a good thing going with Ethan. You should really focus on Alicia. It's exactly like the listener submission we read earlier.
And Jasmine, who is the ultimate instigator in this villa, overhears this. Jasmine does not miss a trick.
Jasmine is always there.
Her ears are practically satellite dishes. She immediately runs over to Priya and whispers, "Julia is plotting against you."
And the confrontation begins. Priya storms over to confront Julia. And babes, Priya has immense, completely misplaced anger toward Julia.
It makes no sense.
She treats Julia like an absolute supervillain, plotting her demise.
Which is baffling. Why is Priya so mad at Julia? But she was totally fine with Jasmine and Micah, who previously meddled in her business to make her pick Jordan. It's utterly inconsistent.
Exactly. She yells at Julia, "Why aren't you getting involved in my business?" But when her friends get involved, it's just girl talk.
The double standard is wild.
It's because Julia is telling her a truth she desperately doesn't want to hear. That she and Aidan are a fake couple and she should stick with Ethan.
Yep, she struck a nerve.
But honestly, the argument itself is secondary to the greatest comedic highlight of the entire season.
Lorenzo.
Let us set the scene for the listener.
Please do.
Priya and Julia are having a full-blown screaming match. Voices are raised, accusations are flying, hands are waving. It is incredibly tense.
A complete meltdown.
And right in the middle of this active war zone, literally lying on the daybed directly next to them, is Lorenzo.
He is completely horizontal. He is wearing his dark sunglasses, he is heavily covered in tanning oil, and he refuses to move an inch. He is completely, totally unbothered.
Yeah.
A lesser man would have awkwardly shuffled away or tried to break it up.
Not our Lorenzo.
Not Lorenzo. Lorenzo is committed to those UV rays. He occasionally turns his head to watch the screaming match like it's a casual tennis game, and then he just goes right back to catching his tan.
I relate so heavily to Lorenzo in that moment. His commitment to his tan over villa politics is honestly inspiring.
Icon.
He's just like, Listen, you girls can fight over these mediocre men and this prize money all you want. I am leaving this island bronze. That is my only objective.
It is the only sensible reaction to the absolute nonsense happening around him. Why engage with delusion when you can get a great base tan?
Which perfectly transitions us into our first official segment of the day. Babes, it is time for couple power rankings.
The survival odds of these pairings are looking incredibly bleak, but let's officially rank them based on chemistry, trust, entertainment, and long-term potential.
Okay, starting with the top tier. The absolute peak of the mountain. We have to give it to Yasmin and Tommy.
Reluctantly, yes. They are exclusive, they are entirely unproblematic, and they are currently cruising down an empty highway toward the 50K.
They really are.
Unless Tommy suddenly decides to pull a Finley in the next few days, which would be catastrophic, they are untouchable.
They have real chemistry. You can see it in the way they look at each other, the way they joke. They actually like each other.
Sure.
Okay, moving to the mid-tier. These are the couples that are surviving, but maybe not thriving. I'm putting Angelista and Simba here.
They are annoying, they drop the L-bomb way too early, and her speeches are entirely too long, but yes, they are committed to each other. I'll allow them in the mid-tier.
Generous of you.
I'd also put Martha and Jordan here. It's early days, but they aren't actively destroying each other's mental health yet, which is a high bar for this cast.
Very true. I'd also add Micah and Samraj and Jasmine and Kavan to the mid-tier. They are all just there.
Filler couples.
They are the background actors to the main villa drama right now. They are eating snacks while the main characters burn the house down.
Essential for voting numbers. Entirely irrelevant to the plot.
All right, let's descend into the bottom of the barrel.
Ellie and Finley. They have zero trust. This relationship is purely surviving on Ellie's lack of boundaries and Finley's sheer desperation to repair his public image.
It's tragic.
It is, as you said earlier, a Jenga tower held together by spit.
Sadly, I agree. I'd also put Julia and Lorenzo here. Julia is trying, but Lorenzo only loves the sun.
He really does.
He is in a committed, exclusive relationship with the solar system. Julia is just his temporary roommate.
Accurate. Now, we must go below the barrel. We must go to the subterranean depths, the radioactive tier.
You worst of the worst.
The couples that actively make me want to turn off my television and read a book.
First up, Alicia and Aidan.
He literally recoils from her. He built a structural barrier out of bedding to avoid physical contact.
The pillow wall.
It is the most painfully awkward dynamic I have ever witnessed. It's like watching two magnets repel each other.
And joining them in the radioactive tier, Priya and Ethan.
We need to debate this extensively. Is Ethan an actual living saint? Or is he just desperately enduring this public humiliation because he wants to stay on television?
I think he's a saint. I really do. I think he genuinely likes her, and he is one of those incredibly patient, positive people who believes that if he just shows her enough kindness, she will eventually realize Aidan is a mistake and come back to him.
You're delusional.
He's fighting a toxic pole with healthy, loving consistency.
You are so hopelessly naive. Nobody is that nice when they are being nationally humiliated. Let me explain the mechanics of reality TV survival.
Okay, kiss faster.
I think Ethan recognizes that if he blows up at Priya, he becomes the aggressive bad guy. If he plays the long-suffering, loyal puppy dog, the public will feel immensely sorry for him.
I mean, I feel sorry for him.
Then when Casa More comes or a new bombshell arrives, he will be the ultimate fan favorite. It's a calculated survival tactic. He's playing chess.
I hate that your cynical brain always makes so much sense. But I want to believe he just genuinely likes making breakfast for the girl he likes. Let me live in my romantic delusion.
He likes making progress toward the finale. Keep dreaming.
Okay, let's test the theory in our next segment. Graft or goodbye. We are going to identify who is genuinely looking for love and who is clinging to the island by their fingernails just to survive until the next recoupling.
Let's start with graft, the genuine ones.
I am putting Ethan firmly in the graft category, defending my pick, his breakfast making, his sunscreen delivery, his remarkably calm demeanor when Priya tells him she likes another man. That shows true character.
If you say so.
He is putting in the effort to win her heart.
I'll accept Ethan in graft, but with a massive asterisk. He's grafting, but he's too nice for reality TV. He's going to get chewed up and spit out by these people.
Who else is grafting?
I'll also put Yasmin and Tommy in graft purely by default because they're the only ones actually operating like a normal, functioning couple.
Now for the goodbye category, the people who are faking it and playing a game.
Aidan. Aidan is the poster boy for goodbye.
100%.
Let me defend this. He is bouncing around the villa for the sheer thrill of the chase. He uses friendship as a shield to avoid committing. He strings Priya along because he desperately likes the ego boost of having two women fight over him.
Exactly.
But the second a new blonde bombshell walks in, he is going to drop everyone and jump ship. He is not looking for love, he is looking for entertainment.
I have to agree. And I am adding Priya to the goodbye category. We have to call out her massive slip-up again.
The final comment.
Yes. When she asked Aidan who he wanted to go to the final with, that exposed the entire strategy. She isn't operating on feelings, she's operating on a production schedule.
Nailed it.
She's counting the days left and trying to calculate the most profitable pairing. It's gross.
Exactly. And Elisa is also goodbye. She doesn't actually like Aidan. She just needs to survive the week after Finley embarrassed her.
It's a revenge coupling.
Her entire existence in the villa right now is a revenge tour against Finley, which is absolutely not conducive to finding a real connection.
It's all so messy. Which means it's time for our villa wellness check. We are diagnosing the islanders' mental and emotional states. Who needs what?
I'll start. Who needs a vacation? Lorenzo.
Wait, he's already on a vacation? He's in a luxury villa in Spain? He's literally doing nothing but tanning?
No, he needs a better vacation.
Yeah.
He needs a vacation away from all the screaming women so he can tan in absolute uninterrupted peace.
That's true. They keep waking him up.
The man is trying to reach peak UV absorption, and these petty arguments are ruining his zen. He needs to be relocated to a private island immediately.
You just love him because he ignores everyone. Okay, who needs therapy? Ellie. And we need to do a really deep dive into why she accepts bare minimum behavior, because this is a public health crisis at this point.
The psychology is terrifying. When you take back a man who has publicly humiliated you without requiring any actual demonstrable behavioral change, you are setting a highly dangerous precedent.
You're enabling him.
You are telling him, my boundaries are flexible, you can do whatever you want, and I will eventually cave. She needs therapy to break the cycle of taking back toxic men and confusing anxiety for passion. She is addicted to the highs and lows.
It's so true. She thinks because her heart is racing, it must be love. But it's just her nervous system going into overdrive because she fundamentally doesn't trust him. We have to stop romanticizing panic attacks.
Couldn't agree more.
Who needs better communication?
Finley, without a doubt.
Yes. Finley needs to learn that stringing two women along and calling it exploring is actually just lying. It's a corporate rebrand of deceit.
A corporate rebrand, that's good.
You cannot say, I know where my head is at, while your actions demonstrate the exact opposite.
He uses therapeutic buzzwords like exploring my options and protecting my peace to mask cowardly, selfish behavior. And finally, who needs a reality check?
Priya.
Absolutely, Priya. Let's talk about the exact moment she proved this. Where she was talking to Aidan and said, they don't want to see us win. I screamed at my TV, WHO is they.
The imaginary haters. She thinks there's this massive, organized conspiracy in the villa trying to tear her and Aidan apart because everyone is so intimidated by their powerful, undeniable connection.
Priya, babe, nobody cares. The public doesn't want to see you win, not because you're a threat to the other couples, but because this storyline is exhausting. You are treating Ethan terribly, and we genuinely want you off our screens.
It's so brutal, but so true.
That is the reality check she desperately needs.
It's pure, unfiltered delusion. All right, let's wrap this up with our tomorrow night predictions. The public vote opened at the end of the episode for favorite girl and favorite boy. What are your ultimate forecasts?
My biggest prediction, Alicia or Priya will end up in the bottom of the public vote for favorite girl, and it is going to cause a massive, earth-shattering villa meltdown.
Oh, there will be tears.
Alicia will blame the public for not understanding her complex journey, and Priya will blame the imaginary haters for orchestrating a targeted smear campaign against her.
I think you're spot on. My biggest green flag prediction is Tommy. I predict Tommy is going to completely lock it down with Yasmin, maybe even drop an I love you before the finale madness begins.
That's a safe bet.
He knows the game, he knows the finish line is in sight, and he is securing the bag by solidifying the only stable relationship in the house.
My biggest red flag, Aidan's pillow wall. It is a physical, undeniable manifestation of his emotional unavailability.
It really is.
It's only a matter of time before he uses it as an excuse to jump ship.
Yeah.
He's going to say to Alicia, I just don't feel a romantic spark. Look at how we sleep. There's a literal wall between us.
Oh my God, he would totally say that.
And he'll use that to justify moving on to the next bombshell without looking like the bad guy.
Okay, I have one completely chaotic theory for tomorrow night. Are you ready for this?
Get me.
I theorize that Aidan and Alicia will actually trauma bond over being hated by the public. When the votes are revealed and they realize they are both highly unpopular, they will form a strategic alliance, fake a sweeping romance, and try to play the underdog card to win sympathy.
That is incredibly chaotic and highly manipulative.
Right.
But I have an even better one. I theorize that Ethan, sweet, patient, long-suffering Ethan, will finally snap.
Ethan snapping. Never.
The pressure cooker will explode. He's going to wake up, realize Priya is still talking about Aidan, and he is going to throw a freshly made iced coffee directly into the pool and self-evict.
Oh my god, Ethan going rogue. I would actually love to see it.
He deserves a villain era.
He deserves to drop the mic, throw the coffee, and walk out of those villa doors with his head held high.
It's the only acceptable narrative conclusion to this specific arc.
We will have to wait and see what happens. Snark Squad, that is all the tea we have for today's catch-up session. We have thoroughly dismantled these people, but before we go, we want to leave you with something to think about.
We sit here and judge Ellie for taking Finley back so easily. But chew on this for your group chats. Isn't the villa just a magnified, highly edited mirror of how society trains women to accept apologies instead of demanding change behavior?
Ooh, wow.
Next time you watch these blow-ups, ask yourself who the producers are actually protecting by framing this emotional manipulation purely as entertainment.
That is deep. Just a little philosophical thought for you to take into tomorrow's episode. And on a lighter note, we need answers to some vital questions.
Very vital.
Are you coffee lovers or tea lovers? And if you are coffee lovers, what is your ultimate order?
Yes, and let us know. Have you managed to stick to any wellness goals this summer? Or are you also living in pure delusion like us, claiming that one yoga class and a vacation salad equals a flat ab era?
Be honest with us.
Be honest, we know the truth.
And most importantly, which Islander do you think is playing the absolute best game right now? Is it Yasmin and Tommy coasting to the end? Is it Lorenzo playing the invisible man? Let us know.
Standard housekeeping, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to us spiral. We appreciate you more than you know.
Please aggressively hit that subscribe button, leave us a glowing review, 5 stars only, babe, and share this recording with another messy babe in your life who loves villa drama as much as we do.
Until next time, keep your boundaries strong and your coffee stronger.
Stay flirty, stay chaotic, and we'll see you on the snark side.